This week, the K-pop agenda was so intense. Taeil's trial was held, scandalous allegations came out about under 15, fans were injured at 17's concert, Super Junior's Siwon was heavily criticized and unfollowed by his group members, and many more things happened. I thought about which one I should make a video about, and then I said, my followers shouldn't miss out on anything, so I'll tell everything in a single video. So, let's start with one of the most shocking events, the trial of NCT's former member Taeil. In the allegations that came up last year, Taeil and two men with him were accused of assaulting a woman who was semi-conscious. In the first trial, the defendants were sentenced to 3 years and 6 months in prison. Just the other day, the first appeal hearing was held. In the hearing, Taeil and the two other defendants were brought into the courtroom wearing brown prison uniforms. Taeil spoke, expressing his regret. I accept all my sins and reflect on them. I know that my words cannot erase the wounds the victim feels, but I sincerely apologize. In other words, he openly admitted the charges. The verdict will be announced on October 17th. 3 years was already too little for such a crime. I hope they don't reduce the sentence further. After Taeil, the most talked about event this week was about Super Junior's Siwon and his post regarding Charlie Kirk. For those who don't know, Charlie Kirk was assassinated in America the other day and passed away. This man was one of Trump's biggest supporters in America and said that there should be no homosexuals in America, that America should be completely homophobic. This, unfortunately, is a very horrible and terrible mindset. Anyway, when this man passed away, Siwon expressed his condolences on his social media and wrote, "He was a Christian, a family man and a teacher. His death is a heartbreaking tragedy." This post quickly drew a huge backlash because most fans thought that Siwon was ignoring the fact that Kirk was a polarizing person. Following the criticism, Siwon deleted his post and made this statement. "Since there has been so much talk about me mourning Charlie Kirk, I want to clarify. He was a Christian, a family man, and a husband. No matter what. Dying while teaching in front of college students is a tragedy, regardless of his political stance. That's why I mourned him." However, this explanation did not calm the backlash. In fact, it was revealed that his group members Leeteuk and Yesung unfollowed Siwon on Instagram. Also, in a video taken at the airport, Leeteuk was seen behaving coldly towards Siwon. Right now, the debates are still ongoing on social media, and it is clear that Super Junior members are also upset with Siwon. By the way, I should also mention that there were other idols who shared condolence messages for Charlie Kirk, and they also received backlash. But the fact that Siwon is facing reactions within his group as well has drawn a lot of attention and is being heavily discussed on social media. While talking about social issues, let me also mention the Boyz member Kevin's action that was talked about all around the world. The Boyz recently met with their fans in Atlanta. At the end of the concert, there was a banner among the audience decorated with the colors of the Palestinian flag and with Palestine written on it. When Kevin noticed this banner, he asked the fan to give it to him. He then opened the banner and held it in his hands for a long time. Kevin's fearless stance regarding the oppression in Palestine and showing that he stands with them was, in my opinion, a very admirable move. I really hope the whole world starts talking about this issue. By the way, later in the video, I'll also talk about the accident that happened at 17's concert and the fans who were injured, so keep watching. The most talked about name of this week was without a doubt Lisa. The entire world was literally only talking about her this week. Last week, Lisa attended the 77th Emmy Awards held in Los Angeles. Lisa's outfit was truly, in every sense of the word, like a dream. This pink dress became the most talked about topic of the night. Lisa's jewelry was also eye-catching. It was said that these Bulgari pieces cost around $200,000. For me, one of the best pieces of news this week was the announcement of the artists who will perform at Coachella. I don't know why, but I was really excited, screaming, "Why can't I go?" because the lineup is so good. The festival will take place between April 10th to 12th and April 17th to 19th. But what created the real excitement was that 3 huge K-pop names will be performing on different days of the festival. Are you ready? Big Bang, Chinese Taemin, and Katseye. It's truly an incredible lineup and very exciting. In fact, fans have already started sharing their plane tickets and festival plans on social media. Hopefully, it'll be our turn someday. The thing that surprised me most in this list was Katseye's presence. Despite being only a 1-year-old group, they're already performing at Coachella. But in my opinion, they truly deserve it. Speaking of Big Bang, there has been an important development regarding G-Dragon. Although G-Dragon is a very beloved figure figure, he has also been the target of hateful comments and slander. Until now, both the artist and his agency had remained silent about these negative remarks, but recently a development took place. This week, the agency released an official statement announcing that G-Dragon will no longer remain silent and that they have officially partnered with Yulchon, one of South Korea's most prestigious law firms. By the way, Yulchon is an internationally recognized firm that represents major corporations such as Hyundai and Samsung. One reason this move was surprising is that throughout his career, G-Dragon has generally stayed away from legal proceedings. Despite being in the industry for nearly 20 years, he has never filed a lawsuit against malicious comments until now. He preferred to ignore them or brush them off with short statements. That's why this step was quite unexpected. By the way, let me quickly jump in. Please don't forget to follow and support me. Yes, we always talk about good things, but of course, bad things also happen. For example, 2 young contestants of under 15 revealed that they were mistreated by the show's producer. I'll talk about that in detail later in the video. Another unfortunate incident was the accident that happened during 17's concert. On September 13th, 17 held a concert attended by around 29,000 fans. The group had prepared a big surprise for the end of the concert, but it turned out nothing like expected. At the end, the members gave a speech and fireworks were launched. However, instead of rising into the sky, the fireworks shot directly into the audience. Suddenly, panic broke out. Screams were heard from the stands and people began running in all directions. In video recordings, it can clearly be seen that the fireworks went right toward the stands and fans were desperately trying to protect themselves. Many fans were injured in the accident. Some said their clothes caught fire, while others said they felt burns on their bodies. Thankfully, medical staff who were already on site immediately intervened. The injured were treated and soon sent back home. Pledis Entertainment quickly issued an official statement after the incident. In the statement, they said the accident was caused by product defects. It was truly a very sad incident, and I really hope nothing like this happens again. Another incident that happened this week was Red Velvet member Wendy releasing her new album. But of course, that's not the real news. The issue is that after Wendy changed agencies, her album sales dropped dramatically. While she was at SM, her solo album sold 68,000 copies. But the album she released under her new company only sold 30,000 copies, less than half of what she sold at SM. Whether switching companies was a good decision or not, we'll see in the future. Do any of you remember Under 15? You know, the show where 59 girls under the age of 15 were supposed to form a K-pop group. The program was actually set to air on March 31st, but the criticism was so massive that it got cancelled before it even started on March 28th. Behind this cancellation was a joint statement from 129 civil society organizations. Press conferences were even held and social media campaigns were launched. In the end, MBN had no choice but to back down. But the story didn't end there. Seo Hye-jin tried to rebrand the show and launch it in Japan. She changed the name, thinking she could get past the criticism. But this move also sparked backlash. In the end, the Japanese broadcast was cancelled as well. SEO still didn't stop. She made plans to expand into Thailand and Southeast Asia. So basically, she kept insisting on pushing this concept forward. Meanwhile, 2 young contestants who had been chosen for the final group filed a lawsuit last week, requesting that their contracts with the company be suspended. The issue is that these girls are very young, and the producer kept dragging them from place to place, trying to sell the band show in Korea to other countries. Since the girls said they didn't want to be part of such an arrangement and the program was already cancelled, they refused. But the producer shouted at them saying, "I won't let you go that easily." So he's basically trying to keep alive an already senseless show. Seo Hye-jin, however, denied the allegations. At press conferences, she claimed that the program was giving young people a chance to make their dreams come true. I don't know what will happen in the coming days, but frankly, I'm starting to believe that this mentality is not innocent at all. The final story of this week broke out over 2 NE1 member CL's personal agency. CL established this agency in 2020 to manage her solo career. However, on September 18th, reports surfaced claiming that the agency had been operating without official registration for 5 years. According to South Korean Korean law, entertainment agencies must officially register. If not, their activities are considered illegal. In fact, this can even result in up to 2 years in prison or a fine of about $14,500. After these reports, a representative from Very Cherry made a statement admitting that this was an oversight and promising that the registration would be completed as soon as possible. Moreover, this issue isn't limited to CL. Recently, it was revealed that many other artists and actors have also been running unregistered agencies. The Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism announced that due to the rising number of cases, an extension has been granted until December 31st for agencies to properly register. This way, the matter was resolved without further problems. That's what happened in the K-pop world this week. Which event surprised you the most this week? Let's talk about it in the comments, and please don't forget to follow me. Goodbye.